One, and we're live. Good morning. This is Nifty Culture, and this morning I have the pleasure of speaking with Process Smith and for Pablo, the creators of the Derpy Birbs NFT project. How's it going, fellas?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah,
Good
how's
to
it
see you
going?
again.
Good to be back. Yeah.
Good to see you guys again. You're welcome anytime. And we have special guest of the Mad Pups, Mr. Sven of the Noobs NFT project. How's it going, Sven?
It's going pretty well. I'm on very little sleep, but you know what else is new in this space?
I'm feeling the same thing. We got a drop this week too. You helped us with that. I know that you helped out, the Derpy Birbs founders here for Pablo and Process,
Yeah.
with their drop too. So we're just happy to have you, man. And yeah, I hope you can get some sleep at some point this week. I guess there's no promises though, right?
But we'll try by the weekend.
So we had you guys on to talk about Derpy Birbs a few weeks back before the drop. The drop happened. I bought into the project. Can you kind of update us on where we're at, like what kind of has gone down in the past few weeks and where the project is at?
Yeah, man. So what went down? It was a crazy ride at launch. Like, just not what we expected. Went sold out in like 3 hours. Like, it was completely nuts. I can't even begin to describe how insane that was. And then kind of, I guess, the short version of it is like we just immediately got our heads down and just started getting the eggs done, all the development work for that. Yeah, we're ready to launch the eggs, like tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So the eggs are actually not your usual airdrop for the projects. There's a mating mechanic behind it, and they are dynamically generated after the users made their birbs on chain. So that also is also something new we had to come up on the dev side, because it's not your usual NFT contract where you just use the standard contract and add some more stuff. So yeah, that's also something we really had to focus down after the primary sale went down and went really well. Yeah. I'm seeing some interesting bid there for 99 million Ethereum, but yeah.
All the nine.
And yeah, we are looking forward for the X tomorrow. And yeah, the art is sick, of course, because we have our Smith here, and the eggs are actually going to, like, they have different shells that depend on the body of the parent. So even if you don't see your new bird right away, you will be able to see something about it. Maybe some people will speculate about the meaning of the shells, but yeah, they're all different and not just randomly generated, but dynamically generated. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun tomorrow.
Very cool. And so for people that don't know, this is like the Derpy Birbs artwork. Process Smith, he is the artist. You have a street art background, right, Smith?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I've been. Well, first picked up a can of spray paint in '95. So yeah, I've been doing graffiti for quite a while there. Sort of transitioned into kind of more street art. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it shows like the artwork's super original. We talked about this last time. And even though people can use it as a profile picture project, the idea wasn't like this is a profile picture project, right?
No, yeah. So the thing about it, like I was looking at all this like PFP stuff, and it kind of really struck me that there was like, like the opportunity that's here to create, like whatever, 10,000. We did 8,000. Unique drawings in that way was just. It was. I just thought, wow, this is going to be so great when artists start like approaching these PFP projects from an art point of view. And it was kind of by sort of circumstance, we mentioned this in the previous stream that we did, that I met Pablo, and suddenly kind of this became possible to do. So yeah, we've approached it as I consider this as a collection of artwork, rather than a PFP project, although it does have that utility. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so when you talk about the eggs, we're talking about an upcoming airdrop, correct?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's not really an airdrop because people will have to interact with the website, and they won't just receive something random. They will need to pick their birbs. They will need to pick which ones they want to mate, and their decisions will have an impact on the outcome. So yeah, it's not just an airdrop. We didn't like look at who has 10 birbs and we send him 10 eggs. No, he's going to have to work for it. He's going to have to pick them and interact with them. Yeah.
Okay, so is it like a forge? Is it almost? I know you mentioned it from a technical perspective. It's actually an original approach to NFTs that we don't think we've seen before. Is it?
Well, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah,
I was just going to ask.
Similar
to what?
To what the apes did. So they are verifying that you own that ape on chain, and then you are receiving a new NFT based on that, right? But what we are doing, you are not just verifying that you have an ape and that you have that they're calling serums, I think, well that mutant stuff. And instead of verifying that, you're verifying that you own 2 birbs, and you're receiving an egg after that is verified. And yeah, so they're breeding, and they won't be able to breed more than once. So you have to pick like the couples in a smart way, or you can pick at random. But if you'd like to have certain body types, for example, if you like the gold or the diamond here that you're showing, maybe you want to pick 2 birbs with diamond bodies to have a better chance at getting a diamond egg, right?
Yeah, because I think the thing is that with the way that the breeding mechanic works is that it's not like, I think the way that people might be expecting it to work is that, like with other projects, you've got, okay, so if you have a gold body parent and one of them's got gold arms, then the offspring will have, a combination of gold, visually similar to the parents. So the way that we're doing it is it's based on the rarity of it. And because one of the mechanics that we have with the whole thing is that because it's deflationary, so there's a halvening, each generation is halved because you're using two parents that can mate once to produce 1 egg. So generation 2 has half the supply of generation 1, right? So because of that, we're going to have half the traits. I mean, we're going to have more than half the traits actually. But some traits that appeared in Gen 1, like that's it, they're done, they're gone. So from a visual point of view, like, so maybe if you take like the pixelated burb or the missing one, that's just like the outline, they may not appear, for instance, in Gen 2. That's because we want to make space for some new artwork. And one of the core features of this, as we were talking about it being from, this is considering it as it's an art collection. I don't want to just like rehash the same. I don't want to go the path of like the easiest route. I always kind of pick the most complicated way of doing things for some reason. So we want to redo all the artwork. Like the idea is that each generation becomes more weird, like more complex, like more elaborate as we go along. Because as the numbers work, I think generation 14 will be a 1. It'll be 1 burb if we get that far.
Awesome. Sven, what do you think about, are you jazzed up about these eggs or what? Let's go.
Well, considering that I haven't sold a single one of my burbs, you can assume that I'm looking forward to mating. When the guys first approached myself and a couple of the other Mad Pups, we started giving some advice and really just enjoying seeing the art and what they had designed. We can't really take much credit at all for the success of the project because we look at it and the project fully stands on its own. But the thing that I got excited about was mating, right? And the opportunity, not just, people use airdrop as a broad term, right? It's not just, whether it's airdrop or interact and pay gas. It's not just getting an additional NFT. Here, there's a gamification aspect that is far more compelling. There are decisions that you have to make. Which burb should I mate with another burb, or for people that are look, we some people are in it for the art, want to collect. Some people are in it for profit. Well, this is your opportunity. If you have a rare burb or a trait that people want to mate with, you're going to have a really good opportunity to sell it during this window before you mate with it, right? And then it will, in theory, lose a little bit of value once it's been used. So, you know, I've been looking forward to this aspect the whole time, and you know, it's not just a one-off thing, right? People are going to learn. A lot of people asked me because you know, the team was kind enough to kind of point out how we had helped them, and you know, we appreciate the shout out, of course. But you know, people say, "Oh, well, like, what's going on with the Birbs? Why haven't the Birbs done a 10x already?" So, well, the team didn't just release and then decide, let's pump this with as many influencers as possible. They went back to work and they started building the next step. And so all I've had to say to people is, when you see, you know, the eggs and you see the next phase, I think people will just gravitate towards the project naturally. And so the fact that there is another, you know, this is not the only mating opportunity. The fact that it is going to continue, I think, will really let the project have some, you know, phenomenal growth, and it's already had phenomenal growth, but it will really take off after people see this.
Yeah, I think that's totally on point, Sven. And like, I think a lot of people that are newer to the NFT space, right? At this point, if you've been in the space for like 6 weeks, you're kind of an OG, right? But like, Sven, you and me have been in it since like, you know, February, like late January, right? And it's like, you can be so short-sighted, but even with me being in since February, I've learned about how you can't be short-sighted with this stuff. I'll just give everyone a quick example that I think is relevant when you're kind of looking. I mean, wait, first of all, how long has Derpy Birbs been out? Has it been out more than 4 weeks? I don't think so, right?
It's
been out for
2 weeks.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
When moon, you know, that's all I want to know.
It does feel like a lifetime. The fact that it's been out for 2 weeks actually scares the hell out of me, because I'm like, what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks in the NFT space, you know? But anyway, there was this project that I noticed months ago. I didn't buy into it months ago. And then Saturday, so 2 days ago, I noticed that there was a lot of volume, and it went from like 0.05 to 0.18. It's the Crypto Surges project. Sven, I'm sure you know the Crypto Surges project, right? Do you own any?
I do indeed. Sergito is
you goon, damn it. Yeah, so I'm looking at it on Saturday. I'm like, I like the art, I like it. Oh, and there's a little bit of movement, but I was like, it just went from 0.05 to 0.18. I don't have enough ETH in my wallet right now to buy two, because I just aped into like 20 other things this weekend. Yesterday morning, I wake up Sunday morning, it's still at 0.18. I'm like, okay, like, should I buy it? It's still there, I don't know. All of a sudden yesterday, it rips to an ETH and a half. Everybody that's been holding this thing for months is smiling ear to ear. There were several sales between 2 and 3 ETH. So if you think like when moon after 2 weeks, it ain't always like that, guys. And listen to a couple OGs like me and Sven being in it since February, you know?
And just to add to that, there's a lot of different types of projects out there, right? And certain projects get hot for whatever reason, but I'm fully convinced that the projects that continue working hard, that continue adding to the initial release, right? And whether that is, you know, a project like this, or whether it's, you know, when I say project, take an artist's overall body of work. They may have released a drop on a Nifty Gateway in February, but then they come back now and they're doing something dynamically with their existing collectors to not just reward them, but make it more competitive and compelling to continue collecting. And the art has, you know, echoes back to what they did before. Like, everything here is still so recent, because going back to February is not that long ago. We see it now, right, with the projects that were unearthed from 2017 or 2018. It's like, even that's not that long ago. So, you know, I think that, you know, the team here, as they keep building this project, whether it, you know, takes off in a week, a month, a year, it doesn't matter, so long as they put in the work. And that's what they're doing.
I totally agree, and we're going to throw to Smith and to Pablo. Me and Sven are just going to nonstop talk when it's their project, right? But just to add one thing on top of what
I'm
Sven
enjoying
said.
listening to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what Sven is saying. Like people, I feel like newer people in the space, they don't have the sort of all the dirt scratched off of the diamond or whatever. They don't have the whole picture painted yet, and they don't understand that all these projects are like, it's one thing if like a Fidenza sells for $1 bajillion because people decide that it's a brilliant piece of art, like a Basquiat, right? That is one thing. But for these like kind of projects that have a lot of mints, I guess I'll call it a collectibles project, but I think the art here, you know, kind of puts it in a kind of different category because it's so strong. But anyway, we'll call it a collectibles project. It has to do with the people that are building it. And that's why Bored Apes, obviously Bored Apes art is cool, but that's why they're, you know, who they are at this point. But then I think a better example is like Gary Vee. Gary Vee has shown that he just won't let his projects decrease in value, right? He's just going to grind it out. He has the big reputation and the visibility, so everybody can see that, and then the market responds in a positive way. But as the market sees the work that's being put in by a quality team like Smith and Pablo, that's when you're going to start to see the market reaction actually being appropriate based on the work that's put in. This isn't an Anon team. This isn't a rug pull, right? I've got people reaching out to me that have like a history of Anon rug pulls, and they're like, "Can we come on the show?" And I'm like, "Dude, absolutely not. Like, no. Like, what do you think we're doing over here? You know?"
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go. No, you speak.
Yeah, I'd like to say that we are two of the four members of the team. There's also like other two devs that are kind of more shy, or maybe even like worse at English than me. So even if it doesn't look easy, but maybe they don't feel like comfortable coming on the stream. But yeah, and I feel like maybe they are putting even more work than me in the developing side. Maybe I'm here, maybe grinding my brain over ideas and stuff with Smith. But yeah, it's been like a crazy journey, and yeah, the effort clearly paid out. You know, even without reaching out to crazy influencers or doing any kind of marketing. Look how far we have came. You know, so yeah. Like you said, I think the work of the devs behind the project, like having crazy art helps, of course, but yeah, if you keep bringing value to the community and if you keep building a community, i think like that's the best stuff you can do for a project like this. Yeah,
But
Yeah,
No
sure.
question.
just to add to that really quick, because you know I think we talked about this early on when we started discussing, and you know, one thing that I mentioned along with some others was how important it was to put yourselves out there, and you've done that, and I commend you for that. And what I've noticed is when projects are not, you don't have to be, you know, here's my address, you know, my home address, come find me. When people are public and real about who they are, right? You don't need to hype the project. People come to you over time, you know, they'll trust in you to keep building it. And I mean, that's certainly with the project that, you know, we just released, the Noobs. People are not buying because of marketing, so we didn't do any marketing. It was a stealth launch, and they trust us. And that is a huge responsibility that I have, that you guys have. But you know, that responsibility is really a privilege. I mean, we've seen with some other projects. You know, I know you know, Pio can talk a lot about some other friends of the stream, the Top Dogs. You know, every team that does this, they just grind it out, and you know, it will pay off. And we're seeing it there already, right? Where there are people saying, "Oh, when Moon," and they just kept working, and they just kept working and kept being public. And that's what you guys are doing. And so you're a few weeks behind them, but I think that's a really good, you know, kind of template for how I see your growth playing out.
Yeah, man, I love the you mentioned Gary Vee, Pio, because you know, like I'm sure like most of you, I kind of followed the dude for a number of years, and I've always liked his message, which is, you know, I feel essentially it's kind of, you be true to yourself. Like if you believe in yourself, you know, you believe in what your mission is. Yeah, you just get your head down, man. You just keep going. That's all I've done, like in my art career, you know, so far. And it's just, you know, you do something, doesn't work, you get back on the horse, you keep going. So you know, yeah, I mean, I know what it takes to to put the work in and to keep moving forward with stuff. And that's what's so exciting about this project, like how it went down. You know, it's like it's a real dream to be able to have like the privilege of being able to go, do you know what, I've actually like now I really can actually just purely focus on the creative, on the ideas, and you know, we've got the resources, we've got the community. And it's like what you're saying about finding your audience, like all that hype stuff, all that pump, like
pump
that's
and dump.
not me. That pump and dump, yeah, that's not me. I wouldn't be putting my name and my face to anything that I wasn't committed to, that I didn't believe in, that I didn't like, you know, that wasn't going to stick around for. You know, and that's it. It's like it's an expression that I've heard over the years, that other artists have said to me, that I've heard them say to others, and when perhaps they're feeling down, like they're not making sales, or they feel like they're not, you know, like they know that their work's good and they believe in themselves, but it's just like, it's like you've got to find your audience. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's like a big part of where we are at with this, is like, you know, yeah, we're finding our audience, like you're saying, like they're going to come to us. They're going to see something that they love, that speaks to them in the project, and they're going to come and get involved, and you know, they're going to maybe get those burbs and probably hold on to them.
For sure, man. And like, you know, just so people understand, right? You guys could have done an Anon drop of this. You probably would have still sold out. You make, you know, a solid sum of money from the sellout. Then you could have just done Anon drops over and over again and made a bunch of money, right? Like that's the thing that people don't understand, is like, if you have the technical ability and the art ability and a little bit of marketing, you could have just done that. And that's not what's going on, right? You went public the first time, you came on the show, showed your faces, put your reputations on the line. You sold out the drop. Congratulations, obviously. But like when you look at, I love that Sven brought up Top Dog Beach Club. Top Dog Beach Club dropped below mint price, and it sat there below mint price on the secondary market for like 3 or 4 weeks. It's now, or maybe it might not have been 3 or 4 weeks, because NFT time is clearly like escaping me, since 2 weeks ago you guys dropping this feels like a lifetime. Maybe it was like 2 weeks below mint price.
Yeah, I think they were 4 weeks, isn't it? 4 weeks ago they did their drop. Is that?
If they dropped 4 weeks ago, then I'm just going completely insane.
I might be turning 50 then, if that's.
It dropped like really close to us. I think like it wasn't a lot of time between. Like I remember we were working on the Birbs, and we were like at least halfway through the Birbs, and they were dropping. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up the drop dates.
Yeah,
I'm looking up the drop dates of all this stuff then.
Because I was checking out their Discord last night, because I'm a Top Dog owner. I'm in the club. I got one on Mint. I really liked is it Abby and Paul, isn't it? Yep. They on your show, like I really, I loved their project. I love like what they're doing. The UK artists as well. I wanted to support that. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm in the club. But yeah, to think that was, I don't know. What? Yeah, was it 4 weeks? Who knows? 10 years. I don't know, 10 years ago, wasn't it?
It was 10 years ago in NFT time for sure. And I got to look up the dates now, and I'll tag you guys in a tweet, because I think I'm just going insane. But awesome. It sat there below mint price, and now it's at 0.3, right? And they're announcing their airdrop. People are responding incredibly positively to the airdrop. They have a like really passionate community at this point, but they had to build that, and that's what you guys are doing too. So people just need to take notice of like the difference in quality projects. Last one I'll throw out there, and then I'll throw to Pablo, because this is his project and I'm just not shutting up on this stream. But you know, I'll use an example. My a pal of mine in the space, VGF, Video Game Freak, he told me about Crypto Baby Punks before they blew up. Like he told me about them like 2 months back. He shout, or maybe 1 week back, who knows? He shouted it from the rooftops. He let me know like these guys are quality builders. I'm betting on people with this. There's no question to me that this is going to explode. I didn't take any action on it. I looked at it. I just watched it go from 0.15 floor to 0.3 floor to 0.5 floor to over 1 ETH floor. I think it's corrected a little bit now. But the point is, there's just so many examples of things being like stagnant, you know, because people are always like, when moon. But it's like sometimes it takes a little bit of time, a little consolidation to have that proper rip.
So Pio, anytime someone tells you to buy something and you pass on buying it, can you just let us know so that we can buy it?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty good at this as well. Like I had Infernal Toast, that's one of the best Solidity devs I know in the space, and he was telling me about getting punks they were giving away, like they were $10 maybe on the secondary. I don't know. That's like 2 years ago, and he was like, "Oh, look at these cool profile pics. If you have one, you can use it in my mining pool as your pro pic. If you want to get one." And I was like, "Nah, no, I don't really like those." you know. I'm happy I didn't get any, you know. they were $10 each, you know, not worth it. Yeah, maybe I should have got one. But yeah. And also I was looking at the Top Beach Club, and they dropped like 50 days ago.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. So it's like actually a reasonable amount of time.
Well, but you know, it brings something up though. I want to ask Pablo and Smith about, because you know, we all live this, but I think especially for you guys at where you are in the cycle for your project and how hard you've had to work. You know, there was no break. You didn't take a week-long vacation after the drop and relax after you put in all that work. And now you have a community that is wanting more and more and more, you know, with NFT time becoming fungible, basically. How have you balanced stuff? You know, how have you balanced the needs of the project, you know, from a development perspective, with growing the community, you know, with all those demands that are on you, and maintaining some sanity, like in your lives? Like maybe you're not balancing it as well as you want to. I imagine that's the answer, but
that's the answer. Yeah.
This is why all our brains are a bit mushed. And like I think we all need to, as a larger, broad NFT community, agree on like a 1 week holiday at some point. Like how are you keeping yourself sane?
Yeah, I remember I took a 1 day vacation a couple of days after the mint. I remember that. That was almost 4 years ago, I think. But yeah, it's been really hard, and it's not like balancing between like life and doing dev work, or life or doing artwork. You know, it's between life, doing the dev work or artwork, and then replying to questions in the Discord, and then looking for, well, at least Smith is taking care of that, but like looking for maybe some marketing help, maybe some community manager help. You know, there's not jobs that, at least I've never done any of that. I barely ever done developing at this rate, you know. And yeah, and well, Smith has been doing artwork forever, but I don't know if he's ever like looking to hire someone at marketing. Like it's a ton of things, new stuff that we are trying to do. And yeah, you can imagine, like you had your project a couple of days ago, and or yesterday, and you say you barely slept. So yeah, you can like imagine what we are going through in these weeks.
Hey, yesterday was crazy. A couple days ago. Okay, like that's how it
feels. was that 5 years ago?
100%, man. I mean, I totally agree on the, like, you know, like basically right now, if I had like a heroin addiction, I would just be relapsed completely. Like right now, I just am having trouble balancing the NFT space and just, you know, other things in my life. And I don't even have one of these projects yet. But it's like, it's just crazy to me that you guys like have to, you know, I'd imagine that you're putting in like 10 to 15 hours every single day into this project. Oh, yeah. Like I think that's probably a realistic number, right?
Yeah. Yeah, certainly for the original artwork, it was. I've actually got like I was reviewing the dates that I did, like the original kind of concept sketches for it, and you know, just because of that kind of time bubble thing that you get, that we were all sort of talking about, and yeah, and I realized that by the time we got to launch, like, you know, shoot, I'd done like I think so maybe 35, 40 days. Straight, continuous, every single day, drawing between 10 and 15 hours per day, just in a straight line, you know. But I'm quite used to working in that way, and then, you know, you don't do anything for a month or two. you know, because you get burnt out. So kind of in a fortunate way for me, I was like, I've already had those experiences of, you know, just absolutely just putting everything into something to get the best that it can be, and, you know, just totally burning yourself out in everything. And it's an unhealthy way, and it's not good. You know, I'm not one of these people that's just, you know, want to work every day. You just got to, you know, work away every day. I think, you know, you've got to take time out. You've got to protect your mental health and your well-being. It's really important. It's no joke. But in terms of balancing it, I think we've been really buoyed by the fact that with other projects, you know, where I've experienced that burnout, and it's, you know, just taken me a month or two to kind of recover from the intensity of it. I'm not really feeling that with this, because in a lot of other projects I've done, you know, they're an instance. They have their moment. Maybe it's an exhibition. It's there for a week or two, like, and then it's done. With this, it has this continuation. You know, we've got the eggs and done now, and we said, you know, we've got 2 months now to play with. We've got 2 months. We said that's on our roadmap, that we've got to complete the artwork for Generation 2. Now, Generation 2's got half the amount of supply as Gen 1. So, I've got more time to do it. So I've got more time to do the artwork for Gen 2. I've got half the amount of work to do for it. And I'm already up to speed with a lot of the workflow, like a lot of the other stuff. A lot of these things are in motion. So I kind of anticipated that there would be, like, I didn't want to get caught out and then undermine the project's fundamentals because, you know, I didn't take time out, or I didn't do something to kind of make sure that that the load was too much. So yeah, man. So it's kind of that there is an inbuilt kind of, now from this point, from eggs releasing, there's kind of an inbuilt buffer to the program of how we're going to deliver. So yeah, I will be using some of that time to go to the beach, which I don't know how wise that is in the UK. Like, looking outside at the minute, looks pretty miserable. Pablo went to the beach, man. He's in Italy. Like, that's great.
I was at the beach.
Hey, you're not in Positano, Smith. You got to hit up for Pablo and get the plane ticket to Positano. It's a different story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, absolutely, we can do that. But no. But you know what? I'm actually, you know, talk about plane tickets. You know, I'm kind of looking at. I know that NFT NYC is coming up, and they got some late tickets.
Yeah, baby.
So I'm getting one of those. I'm going to be in New York. Well, I'm hoping if I can get that ticket, I'm going to be there. Metageist is going to be there. Yeah, man. Metageist is going to be there. He's got. I think he's got something that he's. So I'm going to go and hang out with Metageist and things, and just kind of chill out there. Maybe see if we can do some derpy stuff.
We will definitely do some derpy stuff in New York City. I can assure you of that. So awesome, and you know, I'm gonna call him out. I hear Joff's coming to New York too. So
cool.
Calling him out on stream. He better show up now.
Yeah, I'll make it happen. We're in a little WhatsApp group, man, with Joff and Metageist and that. So it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Yeah. Even if I don't get tickets for, like, if I miss the ticket for the NFT NYC, I think I'm going anyway. You know,
I'm just hanging out with people that I've only met via Discord and via, you know, stuff like this. And, you know, as someone who I've gone to enough conferences in my life, I don't need to sit in a conference room ever again. But please, by all means, the people that are going, I'm sure you'll enjoy. But I think the people that are going to be there, and that, you know, everyone can really meet face to face. I don't know what the Anon devs are going to do who keep going project to project, because I guess they got to show their face, or they'll stay away. But the folks that, you know, have been very open and warm, you know, to others, I think it's going to be really fun to meet in person.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's
going to be a jam.
Yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to it, man. So that's going to be my break, right? So, yeah, I think that's the way that you stay sane.
You just know some project's going to drop like the first night of NFT NYC, and everyone's going to like scramble to go get their computers, and
everyone's just going to have their laptops at like a cocktail party.
Yeah, because it doesn't work on mobile. A lot of the stuff that I try and to do on mobile doesn't function so good. So I'm going to luck out on that, man.
Well, it's going to be fun. Who knows? I mean, that's like a lifetime from now, right? 2 months from now. So who knows where what the Derpy situation will be. So yeah, everyone watching, thanks so much. Thanks for coming on, Sven. You're always welcome. For Pablo
Thank
Smith, yeah, where can people find? So we got the Derpy Burbs handle right there next to for Pablo's name. The Discord is obviously where you can get updates from the Twitter. You get a link to the Discord. What's going on with these eggs then? When eggs?
Tomorrow. Yeah,
tomorrow, baby.
Yeah, breeding is going to open tomorrow. Hopefully, I think so. Yeah, we can. I think we are ready.
He's being modest.
Yeah.
It all works. It's good.
Yeah, and I will, as you were saying, like it's not just the eggs. You know, the eggs are kind of like they're the coolest placeholder ever, and they're dynamically generated, so everyone is different. It's not like some reveal image, but the eggs are going to hatch. You know, there's going to be birbs coming out of the eggs, and you will be able to decide if you want to keep your egg or if you want to hatch the birb. So maybe you want to keep it and you want to sell it closed, or you want to keep it for a while closed and pick what you want later. You know, so yeah.
And I want to say something cool about the eggs. Yeah, I want to say something cool about it actually, because I just want to, we'll put all this information up for people on the website and in the Discord, and we'll explain what the mechanics are, how it works. We'll be very clear about that, so that because there's a situation, you don't want people to like think they've got like a burb that's not an egg that's not worth much, and then they trade it and then realize later it's perhaps worth more than they thought. So we'll be clear of all about that on our Discord and through our channels. But yeah, I want to say, there is an element of chance in the breeding. So, if you've got 2 common burbs, there's a chance that you're going to get something rarer than those 2 burbs. So there's going to be a bit of a distribution as it goes along. There's a small chance of that.
Okay, so real quick before we wrap, I have 2 burbs. So am I good? Let me just show you my burbs. Am I good to breed? Yeah, let's have a look. So I got 2 burbs. I want to see like if mine are compatible with breeding. What do we got right here? Where are the burbs at? Here we go. So wait. Okay, there we go. So I got this weed bandana one right here, and I got this cool beanie guy right here. What do I have to look at to figure out if they're compatible?
Oh no, like all of them are compatible. I can't see the other one. I can only see the middle one because I think maybe
I see the beanie.
Yeah.
Do you see
I
this
can
one
see
now?
the feet now.
Ruby shoes.
So,
is that blue or is that a diamond body?
Yeah, it's blue.
Okay, blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's interesting, right? Here's interesting. You've got some common body types. Okay. I think the ruby shoes have got some good rarity value, as well as the weed bandana. I'm fairly sure. So I think you're going to be all right there. Interestingly, the 2 rarest, according to rarity tools, the 2 rarest burbs out of the entire collection have common bodies.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it's all like the rare body types, like you got the X-ray and the pixel and stuff. So yeah, man, I think you're going to be good with them.
Yeah, so basically what will happen is that you will either get, like you have big chances of getting either a red body or a blue body. And then you have like around, I think, 10% chance of getting a new body from the next gen. And the eggshell, I will not spoiler anything, but yeah, the eggshell will kind of tell you something about that. So you will either have a blue shell, a red shell, or a new shell. And then when it hatches, it will take the rarity of all of your traits, so both the first parent and the second parent's traits, and then you will get traits that have a similar value of rarity of those of the parents. So yeah, the body will be the same one of the parents, or a mystery, or a small chance for a new body type. But the traits will be, most of them will be new and will have similar rarities to those of your burbs. Yeah.
Your eggs are going to be scrambled, Pio. You're going to get scrambled eggs.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically.
Dude, I've had scrambled eggs since February, man. Crazy. Well, this was a great time. Thank you to everyone watching. Joff just said when eggs. Come on, Joff. We know you're just trolling us now. Everyone follow Follow Smith, follow Pablo, follow Sven. Check out the Noobs NFT project that Sven is losing sleep over, but it's going to make it. Don't worry. Make sure you make some Noobs.
Can I say I love the artwork on the Noobs thing? I just want to say that I think
really
it's perfect for the project. Like, I just wanted to say before we
like some kind of entry point project, right?
It is. I said this to you before, but the fact that you appreciate the art, means a lot to us, because we know our art is not on your level, but it was meant to be an entry, an accessible, fun way for people to enter the project, and why we haven't marketed like crazy. We just want people to find it, like we talked about, and appreciate it. So it means a lot to us that you guys have said such kind things about it. So thank you.
But that's what I love about it, man. I love the concept that it's an entry level thing, and the fact that it's called Noobs, and then the artwork is just stylistically matched to the entire concept of it as well. It's really nice, and I think it's a really excellent thing just for the space in general. Like, it's a healthy thing for the space, that it's not trying to be something that's
well. There were four koala projects last week, and only one Noobs. So at least we got that part right, I guess. But no, seriously, thank you for saying that.
No problem.
Hell yeah. Which koala? No. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. Thank you to Sven, Smith, and for Pablo. Check out Derpy Birbs, and we will catch you guys next time.
Yeah, see you guys.
See ya.